Mike Johnson, that guy who has to twist himself into a pretzel every day to provide Donald Trump friendly cover after each divisive action and bombastic comment, finally reacted to Trump's vile comment about the Reiner murders. And coming up next, I'll share what he hit the commander-in-chief of crassness with. I'm Dan, and welcome to another Occupy Democrats video. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our reports about the dysfunction that follows the Donald each and every day. Let's begin this one with some not safe for work commentary on the topic from Trump biographer Michael Wolff. Have a listen to his unfiltered reaction to what Trump posted just hours after the tragedy, and then I'll share the pointed message that the House Speaker delivered after he was pressed for a reaction.
So I spoke to someone, as I said, in the White House, and I took this note, and this person said, "I don't know what that was, but it wasn't good. Everybody knows it's a thin line he walks. Is he teetering? Well," and then this person didn't complete the sentence.
Well, I wouldn't say he was teetering. I would say he'd fallen off the line, wouldn't you, with something like this? I mean, even MAGA reacted.
I think that there's this other aspect of what's going on. These old, we all become kind of diagnosticians of these old man presidents. I mean, nobody is going to come out and say, "Hey, he's losing it." So we all have to make our own judgments about that. And I think in this situation, particularly in this situation, in the way that everyone who has a family at some level relates to this, I think the judgment is going to be a devastating one. Trump is off his rocker.
Trump is off his rocker. I know it really does sound like the utterings from an elderly relative who you go and see reluctantly in a home because they just say vile things now. All inhibition has gone and they are left muttering in the corner. And you see them out of obligation. And yet, of course, he's the President of the United States, which is truly alarming. I wonder if J.D. Vance is rubbing his little conspiratorial fingers together here.
Well, I don't know, unless he's considering the 25th Amendment, which would be a story.
Well, it would be a story. We've still got 3 years to go.
Just because, and as anyone has gone through this, just because your older parent, let's say, is showing signs of losing it, does not mean that they will not continue down the road of losing it for quite some time.
So this is a tale of two reactions. At one end of the spectrum, we have Wolff, unleashing unholy hell on Trump. And at the other end of the spectrum, we have Johnson, unleashing holy oddness.
I wonder if you would just speak to the comments that the president made, especially in light of the fact that, he was shot a year and a half ago, and there are a lot of people on the other side of the political aisle who came to the president's defense, praised the president. And I think in a moment like this, when the country sees something like this and then sees the president make these comments, and then you were asked about them and didn't comment on them. So I wanted to hear your thoughts.
I heard about it coming out of an event in the morning when the news broke. And my comment was that, obviously it's an unspeakable family tragedy in the Reiner family. Just a horrible thing to think of. The son is apparently the murderer of his parents, but it also speaks to the rampant evil and violence in our society, there's root causes of that we try to address here every day as well, but it's ultimately a human heart issue. But our prayers are with the Reiner family and everybody involved. And I said, I immediately go to scripture in my head, and I was thinking of Psalm 34, and it says, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He saves those who are crushed in spirit. That's my reaction. That's what
What about the president's comments,
every day here.
Yeah, I think you could hold two ideas in your head at the same time and say that you can praise the president about many things and you can condemn the president's comments about certain things. And in this case, I'm asking you about that.
Yeah, look, I know. I'm asked to give running commentary on everything that the president says every 5 minutes of the day, as well as all of my colleagues here. And yes, we got many ideas at the same time. I don't communicate the same way. I am my own person, and I speak, from my voice. And the president and I address issues differently sometimes. That's not the way I would have done it. It's not the way I have done it. That's my comment on it. I don't know what else I can say.
At the top, I mentioned that Johnson hit Trump, but I may have left out that he hit Donald with scripture instead of being direct and damning. By pulling his punch, Johnson missed the opportunity to provide true party leadership. I am often critical of Democrats for their ineffectiveness when it comes to blocking Trump's rogue behavior and lawlessness, but they are the second line of defense. The GOP is first, but Johnson clearly isn't up for the task. It has been said, how you do one thing is how you do everything, and that one thing he just did was weak.